what I have learned um, so far during taking this class is that management is always changing over time, and it is never set in stone um, of like the way people manage, because it's always going to change. Um, for example, like during COVID, it changed a lot. Before, it was like really uh, independent, self, or like really strict, and like now I feel like you can get away with some things like you wouldn't be able to before COVID. Um, from the beginning times, uh, we started off with a classical perspective. So like, what I took away from this is like during this time, a lot of management was based off of production. So like, really didn't care about the workers, like the working side of it, like for the workers, like their benefits and like their pay. So like during this time, most of the people were like not getting what they deserved, and which was like really affecting the workers because they weren't as motivated to work, and this led to like not so much production. Um, so I mean, they were efficient for the most part, but it kind of affected, like I said, the workers uh, of how they felt. For the second part, going into management, is the humanistic perspective, and this is more focused, like they started to start focusing more on the workers and managing them and helping them like like with their benefits and their pay like improved. This was a turnaround for society because they weren't used to this type of management, because before this they were just so used to the productivity, reaching their numbers and their goals, and less on the care for the humans, like for their employees. This was, I believe, a huge step uh, towards management. Very, it was a very good step the management took. Um, but I also feel like we talked in class how the focus on production and the focus on humanity, um, they kind of like butt heads all the time, and like it's not well balanced. You can't well balance it because you're gonna have people who are more concerned about the product more than their employees, and then you're gonna have people worried about like what about like us the employees rather than like the product side of it. And I feel like in order to have uh, a balance between these two, you have to be able to be flexible with not only the employees, but also like making goals for them and motivating them in order to get your productivity, like to meet your numbers and your goals for your business. So I feel like it all comes down to like focusing on the humanity part of it, uh, helping, giving the most helpful benefits for the employees in order to get the most productivity out of them. And then we're gonna skip forward a couple years and start talking about when we get to the technology, because before all this there was never technology and internet for management. So a lot of the times it was the man like having to do it without technology, and I feel like technology really benefits society now for management, but it can also cause setbacks because I feel like we're getting too used to this now, all the technology that we have, and once our technology like isn't working, or it fails, we don't really know what to do because we're not used to working without technology, and I just don't think it's good that how comfortable people are getting with technology. But it also does benefit management a lot. It helps improve numbers, and things work a lot quicker and smoother with the technology when it's working appropriately. But I also feel like it's bad because it can cause workers to lose their job because we see a lot of these factories building machines doing labor that people would do in any type of like factory job. We got machines starting to take over their jobs, and it's kind of concerning for those who are competing with technology, because 9 times out of 10 the technology is gonna produce more numbers and just overall be more beneficial. So that's a little concerning. But then now we can talk about the people-driven workplace. So these are like management people who make decisions, and I feel like it's way different now from how it used to be, because it's kind of harder to make decisions now than it was back then, because there's so many more factors that you gotta consider, and you have to be able to bring in these factors and really think about the situation and think of any possible outcome that may pop up while making these decisions. And yeah,